I'm just sharing my screen, so let me know once you are able to see my screen. So, in the last class, we had a discussion about the record producer and other things. So, today we will discuss about the order guide. What is an order guide? So, order guide is nothing but what is an order guide? Order guide is nothing but it's ordering something. So simple, a new employee is joining. For example, you are a new employee, you are joining a new company. So if you are joining a new company, there is a lot of things has to do, which means they need to, if you are a new employee is onboarding. So once you are joining today, they have to create a login credentials for you. And once your login credentials done, and they need to provide a laptop or desktop to you. And once it is done, they need to provide a workplace, and they need to assign to one of the manager, and they need to provide a pf account, or they need to provide the few application access like that. There are many things you need to do. There are many things to do. That means multiple actions which has to do. Means if one user is joining, there are multiple users or multiple tasks has to generate, so automatically you cannot do it directly one by one. For example, if you are a normal execute normal agent, that means normal employee. So for normal employees, that normal employees nothing but grade starting entry level employees. For them, we need to give a laptop to give the desktop to you. If the employees as above manager or team lead, so for them we need to provide the laptop. So in one item, if you are selected as a laptop, the laptop has to assign it. If that is assigned as a desktop, desktop has to assign it. So that means there are multiple items has to do. So order guide is a place where multiple catalog items we can configure it. Let's see how we can configure the multiple item. Order guide. I'm sorry, I'm just opening the order guide. So I'm just going to opening a new one. So onboard, onboarding and service catalog. And what is the category? I'm just doing this also. I'm just doing can we help. So I'm just making onboarding. Onboarding. So this two. And so this is the one cascade variables. Cascade variables is nothing but, so what are the exactly, well this maybe I can tell you later. So expand help to all questions. This is fine. And if you want to do help, I can do it. These are all basic things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just created a order guide. So one order guide I have created. Once we have created a order guide, we need to map it to the, we need to provide a few variables. So few variables is nothing but, so few variables. Variables is nothing but in the service catalog also we have created variables. So if you want to, we have already a variable set is there. So for that we can use the same thing for it. A variable set can be used to multiple items done. So I'm just going to request details, save it. A variable set we have created one. So I'm just creating a variable stating that laptop, sorry, system required. So that means where we can give it the laptop or desktop. So I'm just making as a select box. I'm just making this one as a mandatory. So system require. I'm just making type specification include none, and I'm just going to save this one. So I'm just adding a system choices here, like a laptop or a desktop. So I'm just making it first choice as a laptop. So this order guide will we have the very useful for the HR team or something if you're doing a multiple things at a time. Desktop. So we have created one more variable, and I'm just creating a couple of variables. So this is the one, and next one is the, I'm just creating one more item mobile required. So I'm just creating a one more variable mobile required. So mobile required also we can make it as a yes or no, so that we can do the same thing. So order is 300. Question is oh my god. So mobile required mobile. So this is yes or no, and I'm just making this one as a mandatory, and I'm just going to submit this one. So to what we have given is mobile required is yes, and yes or no, and this laptop is requested for this one we have created. And so assume that this is the basic thing. Now what we have configured is, so we just show this one. Like when I click on try it, Our form will be look like same thing. Okay, mobile record, this is have some issue. See, by default was showing as a yes, but we don't want to do show yes. User has to check it. So for that one, again I'm just going to configure variable. So here in the type specification, include none and update. Let's see how it's look like. See, now it is fine. Now for example, the user will be able test test 9 laptop. Yes. So if you go to the choose options, nothing there. So nothing. We can only create a record here only. If you create, so only the record will be created for this one. So now what we have to do is, if the user has selected, so if the user is selected, so we need to map the few fields. I'm sorry. I'm just opening this one. I'm sorry, this is duplicate field created automatically. I'm just removing this one. Now here we have an option called rule base. Rule base is nothing but what are the values, what are depending upon the value, which catalog item we need to mark it. So for example, rule base. So for this one, we can add a condition here, a add filter condition. So when you click on this one, so what I am going to do is, if what it called system required is laptop. So if the system required is laptop, include this item is nothing but, so we need to what we called so we need to what is the item we need to map it. So for example, I'm just giving laptop. See, so okay. For example, I am seeing that developer laptop Mac. That's the item I'm just adding here. So if the user is selected laptop, so it will add the same thing. Okay, submitting. So and also if the user is selected a desktop, the value should be go to a different thing. For that, let's see how it is. You can see it. So so wait, I think still it is loading. I'm sorry. Still, I'm just loading. Open this one. If I open this one, So I'm just going again. I'm just going to the rule base again. So system required is desktop. So and also so if the system required is desktop. So oh my god. So what we will do is so okay, I'm just making Office desktop. So that's the one. That's two. That means if the user is selected a laptop, we need to. I'm so sorry. So we need to do the this one. So now the next step, if the user is selected a mobile required, so we need to map an item. So the filter condition is mobile required is yes, and what is the item? So what is our recent item? We forgot that one. Request phone that we can add it. So the mobile request, I'm just adding this one. Now I'm just going to. So now I'm just going to add the requested details avail tutor, and here you can see the system required I'm just making as a laptop, and mobile required I'm just making as yes. When I go to the choose option, see choose option, the requested details is asking. So again you can go to the avail tutor. But see, in the starting we have given as a requested it is different, and here it is not asking the same thing. So if you want to, for example, same values is comes. Okay, I'm just will check it. One, two, three, and the phone company is whatever we required Samsung, and test, and what we call this model is one, two, three, and go to the next step. It will go to the developer laptop. So I don't think for this one we don't have any option. Optional software, whatever it may be, we can write it one and check out. And if you click on checkout, so that means a request has submitted. If I open the request, a, a request has submitted. So for this one, there are two. I think for this there is an approval. So I'm just going to approve it as per the default. It's approved. So you see, there are two catalog items created. So for example, if that is open, this developer Mac open, see what are the values we have given. It was going on, and it will go to the approvals. So right now it was went for a different user approval. So department approval. So what are the workflow it has been attached to that catalog item? It will be triggered automatically. So here also it was two approvals again. Boy agree, approve. See, it's been order fulfillment. So for that, I'm just going to again closing this group. See, it has been assigned to the procurement team. The catalog task. So the task is completed. If the task is completed, there is a one more task was there. So that's the different one, but it was added to the different user. Earlier it was to the procurement team. So now it was in assigned to the field service team. And also I'm just closing this task. So now the task is completed. This is for the one type of workflow. Since we have selected as a laptop or desktop, it will be the same thing. But if the second one, just going to close this procurement. So the second one, the mobile request. See, so right now it was went for approval. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to approve on behalf of any user. The boy agree, Bor agree. Sorry. So it's one, and the task has generated. So if the task is generated, there is a multiple things has to that same task we have to do to the hardware team. So we are just going to close this task. So two done. So I'm just going to close the validation task. So close it, and the testing task. See, so right now if that is a fine, if all good, let's see. Let's reload this one. The request is it is automatically completed since we have finished the three one. So now the testing task is not yet completed. See, here it was also showing as a how this request has created. It was created from the order guide. So this is the basic thing. Now, if I open this order guide again, we have a few things. So let me open that order guide. Here, I'm just giving you again. If I give the requester as a Ford lady, FRED, Ford lady. So requester email ID test 8789. If I give the this time I'm just giving the desktop. Sorry, if I give the mobile requester yes. So if I go to the choose option here, I have given as a option as a for loading. But see here, it is asking again to the requester. If I give the for loading, I have the option to give the able tutor. So that means initially this order guide is submitted for the forward loading, but here the user has the option to in the RATM has the given option to the in the catalogator give the able tutor. That means it may lead a confusion. It is a wrong thing. So if you want to whatever the user has add the data should as one here we have an option called cascade variables. Cascade variables is nothing but so what are the value which was entered on the order guide starting? It will automatically copy to if you have exact field, so that it will copy to the same thing. Now what I am going to do is, okay, I'm just going to close this one. So I'm just going to open it again. So I'm just giving as a forward loading and forward at the rate gmail.com. I'm just system as a desktop and mobile is yes. So if I give the choose option, see what are the values we have given? The same thing it will be copied here. This is the one of the indirect question. Please note it down. Interior mask. What is a cascade variables in the order guide? Cascade variables is nothing but what are the values? What are the values which was entered initially? So will be if your user has the same thing. So if the user has the same thing, so that what happened? The values will be automatically the values in the sense what I can say the values will be automatically copied to the same variables on the same thing. That's the advantage. So I'm just going to phone company Apple and go to the next step. If you go to the next step, it has a lot of things for software requirements we can edit. So again go to the checkout. If you have a checkout, so let's see what happened. I'm just opening this order item, catalog item. So right now it was in pending approval. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to approve it. Approve it. So it's been approved. So I'm just opening the office setup first for them. So we have only one item. Let's see. See, then we have one more task. See, there are a lot of four tasks we completed. This has been finished. Now, if I open this one, if we have another item, so another item is nothing but this is the mobile request. In the mobile request, what we had applied the same logic in the sense. Oh my god! So here we have applied the different values. So that's a one. What happened initially? It has to go to the approval. So here user can reject this one also. So if I am going to approve this one, so a task will be automatically generated. Closed complete, and there is a two more task as generated for this one. So for this one, so this is a completed, then automatically this two task is completed, then the automatically the R item will be go to the complete one. So this is the basic thing. Now we can see if I right now what will happen if you are selected as a mobile, laptop or desktop, it has done. And if your user is selected laptop, sorry, mobile request is no. Let's see how it is working. So I'm just going to try it again. So Ali, so lna@gmail.com, that's the value. So system required laptop. Just giving system required as desktop, and mobile required is I'm just making as a no. If I give the mobile request is no, you can see here there is a only one catalog item is attached. If I give a mobile request as yes, there is a two items. If I open the describe needs, yes, choose option. Then see there are two will be there. So if I give go to the describe needs, only one mobile I'm just making as a yes. So it will be go to the two options. So see this is a one, and if I open this one checkout, so only one will be attached to it. Approved. So the new thing. So it will, from here this RITM we can go to the working as a normal thing. That means the same process we have to follow the same thing. So I'm just going to So it's been closed it. So the three items. So it's been closed for it. Did we closed it? Just refresh it. So again we have one more item. So like that. So the most seven to what do you call the most thing what do you call will be happened for us. So multiple things will be happen for the same thing. That means multiple. If you want multiple items, it will be added to the this what you called this catalog item. Like that, whatever we require, we can add the same thing for it. This is the uh, basic things we have to check for the what you called this what I can say, this catalog item, this order guide. So order guide is nothing but it's a mixture of multiple items. Multiple items is nothing but if you want to raise a multiple request at a time, we can use the order guide. So by using order guide, depending upon the user selection, what are the catalog items has to display or user has to fill, those details will be so visible to the what you called those details will be uh, visible to the user for the same thing. So which means we can execute, we can for example, if the user selected only one value, so we can display the only one catalog item. If you want to sell, a user has selected multiple options, depending upon multiple option, we need to select the multiple catalog items. So this is the basic thing. The interviewer may ask what is an order guide, what is the difference between service catalog and order guide. Service catalog is used to create a one I request item at a time. Order guide, whereas, is used to create a multiple catalog items. Depending upon the user selection, we can trigger a multiple catalog item. So the most common asked interview question: what is the order guide you have implemented? You can simply explain the onboarding. So what are the onboarding? If I just worked on a onboarding catalog item, in that it may require a different things. Oh my god. So, hello, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Rima, Prakash. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have some network issue. So, by using order guide, we can create a multiple items at a time depending upon the user guide. So, for example, if the new user is onboarding, we have to provide a lot of things. So, depending upon the lot of things, we can access it, the same thing for it. So this is the basic thing when you are comparing or when you are doing the thing. I hope you understood what is the order guide, what is the purpose of it, or anyone has any other questions till now what we discussed, because this is the very important and from the rule base we can configure the items to it. Okay. I hope you guys understood or any other questions. Hello, can you hear me? Guys, hello, can you hear me? Hello. Okay. So I hope you guys understood, right? Okay. So any other questions you have today's topic? Okay. So please note down the task for today. Create a order guide which has at least 6 to 7 variables. Okay. If the user has a first variable as a yes or no, then it should be goes to the if the user has a 6 to 7 first item, depending upon the user selection. If the user has first option as yes, so you need to trigger a one different item. If the user is selected as a no, different item has to trigger it from the rule base. Like that, for the 6 to 7 variables, what are the options you have entered? Depending upon those things, you need to configure the catalog items. You need to map it from the rule base. This is the task for today. I hope you guys understood. Or if you want, I can repeat the task. And also, I hope you guys understood the task. So this is the task. You have to finish it. If you complete this task, you will easily understand the what is an order guide, what is a service catalog, how we can configure a order guide from the rule base, all the stuff. Okay. Any questions for the today's task or today's topic? Okay, I'm treating as a no. And guys, do you have any questions for?